Starting a business is hard. Most businesses fail. We've all heard the cliches about being a business owner. Today we're going to talk about the realities of what to expect, both failures and successes. Here we go. Hey guys, welcome back to REI Simplified. I'm your host, Adam Johnson, where we break down complex real estate situations and scenarios for people like me and you, the beginning investors. Today we're going to talk about the realities of starting your business. It is not all sunshine and rainbows. You will come across some hardships. You won't see many videos like this on YouTube because everyone wants to glorify the successes. Well, I'm here to tell you that there are plenty of failures en route to the successes that you want to achieve down the road. And it doesn't happen overnight. It doesn't happen, just because you've done X for 2 weeks, this is supposed to happen. Or I've been in business for 2 months now, why isn't this happening? Let's talk about the realities of what's going to happen once you decide and commit to start your business. First thing first, you got to realize that it's just you. Even if you bring on a partner, it's still your business, and no one is ever going to care as much as you do. I don't care how much you pay them. I don't care, what the upside is. Down the road, the big payoffs. No one will ever care as much as you about your business. All right, you can ask any business owner that. Again, it's not the amount of payment, it's not the benefits, it's none of that kind of stuff. At the end of the day, it's you, it's your business, it's your name on the line, and it's up to you whether you succeed or fail. And anytime there is a failure, you're the one in charge, no matter what level of failure it was. If a person on the ground didn't clean up something, or the roof was wrong, whatever it is, it's your fault, all right? So you're gonna have very long days and long nights starting out. For me, my first 7 months, I worked about maybe 16, 17 hours a day because I was also military. I'd come home and get right into the books, right into the computer, take in documentation, making it mine, phone calls, all the upfront business stuff, getting it lined up. For about 7 months, I went until sun up to sundown. If I was not working in the Army, I was in my business working, so looking back in hindsight, there's a better way to do what I did, but I didn't have a coach or mentor kind of holding my hand, but it can be done more efficiently starting out. So now my clients, I tell them about the first 6-7 weeks, you're gonna be working crazy hours, you're gonna be, it's on you to get things done, but not 7 months. So keep that in mind. It's your business, no one's gonna care as much as you, and you're gonna work some crazy hours because you have to get the business off the ground. And again, it doesn't matter what business that you start, whether you're manufacturing something in the garage, you're getting into real estate, you're baking cakes, you gotta put the hours in, and there's only 24 hours in a day. So you gotta make it work, make it happen wherever you can fit that in. Next thing I'll talk about is, no one's gonna understand what you're doing. You have friends, we all have friends. If you come from where I come from, not many people talk about investing or real estate or entrepreneurship or anything like that. So they look at me kind of crazy. They did 5 years ago. Why would you get out of the Army? You have a secure job, you have benefits, you have all this kind of stuff. They're not going to understand why you're doing what you're doing, why you're taking such a big risk, why you're working those long hours, why you're missing those weekend parties and the drinking sessions and meeting us at the lake, all that kind of stuff, because you, the business owner, you see the bigger picture. And you can talk to your blue in the face, but they're not going to get that. Okay, so you may even you're probably going to lose friends when you start your business. And last thing I'll say about friends is strangers are going to be your biggest supporters. People on Facebook, people that you meet, going out and talking to people about your business are going to be your biggest supporters. Your friends and family are not going to share your stuff on Facebook. They're not going to buy into your product. If they do, a lot of times, in general, they want some kind of kickback, some kind of discount. Hey man, you remember when we were in high school, you remember you dated my sister, whatever they come up with to kind of get that little freebie in there. Your friends and family are not going to be your biggest supporters in most cases. You may be the unicorn where, your friends, your mom and dad really 100% support you, but that's not the average person starting their business. So just don't let your feelings get hurt when your friends and family are not your biggest supporters. All right, just take it for what it's worth. People are gonna mock you. So when you're advertising for your business, you're always selling as a new business owner, as a new entrepreneur. people are going to look at that as spammy. They're going to look at that as, you're a nasty business person now, and that kind of, and mock. I've been mocked before, which is whatever. But those same people down the road are going to come back to you. It's happened to me many, many times where a person has kind of said the wrong thing or taken what we're trying to do out of context to try to make us look bad, and then come back and ask us for a rental house or something like that. So just keep your values tight within, be an honorable person, and just expect to be kind of mocked and looked down upon from other people, because you're going to go through some tough times as a new business owner. So yeah, there will be some tough times. People say, they want to we have this grand idea. If I work for 1 year, 2 years, 5 years, then my business is going to be booming. Please do not get wrapped around a timeline. There is no timeline for success. There are people that began their business at 20 years old and are still figuring it out, and they're in their 40s. They still don't have it right yet. There are people that began their business at 55 years old and immediately, struck gold and knew what they were doing because they were more mature. For us, it took us 3.5 years of struggling. We struggled for 3.5 years. Yeah, we had money coming in. We were acquiring properties, but we were mismanaging it. I wasn't good at all the aspects of what we were trying to do, and those were my mistakes that I did, and I made very frequently. So it took us 3.5 years, which I still feel very privileged or happy about that, because as I said before, there are people that have been doing this for 20 years, 25 years, and still do not have it nailed down yet. So when it comes to success and your time frame, throw your timeline out the window. If you feel like you should be making X dollars or helping or acquiring so many properties by the time you're in your 3rd, 5th, 10th year, throw it out the window. It means nothing. On a side note, I tell all my clients, you don't start a business, in my opinion, for the monetary success. That's not what you're doing this for, in my opinion. We start a business, and most of the entrepreneurs that I work with, for a lifestyle, not for money, because there's other ways to make money. We started our business so that we can have the freedom and be financially free to do what we want to do in our time. So again, people mock me. They don't understand, like, what do you mean you want financial freedom? Why don't you want to make $1 million? People ask me why I don't have a fancy car. That's not what I'm in business for. I'm in business so my wife and I can travel with the kids and do what we want to do, different videos. So no one's going to understand what you're doing. They're not going to understand why you're doing it. And then they're going to mock you when you're 3 years into it and you're still struggling. Let it be. Let people do what they do. I think Dave Ramsey says something like, live today like no one else, so tomorrow you can live like no one else, which means suck today, deal with it today, take your bumps and bruises and learn today, so that next month, next year, next decade, you are living the life that you want to live. And one of the last things I'm going to talk about today, I get from Gary Vee. He talks about failure a lot in his posts, in his videos, which again, a lot of people don't talk about the failures. And I feel just like him. You're going to make big mistakes. You're going to fail in business. You're not going to fail one time. You're going to fail many, many times. I have failed so many times, but when I fail, I take that as a lesson learned. I put it in my contract. I put it in my SOPs. I put it in what we do on a daily basis, and it never happens again. I have never failed or lost the same way twice. So I look at failure as another way to learn. And I hope most of you understand that as well. You're gonna fail. You don't have the answers. You weren't born as a baby, as a business owner. And in your first 20, 25, 30, 35 years, no one taught you how to be a business owner. So you just don't read a few books, watch a few YouTube videos, and have all the answers figured out. No, you're going to learn on the ground in your business, taking those phone calls, taking those rejections, taking those bad deals, taking, just miscommunicating with people. It's going to happen. Don't let it get you down. Don't take it as you are a failure, because you're not. All right. You only fail when you don't get a lesson from the experience. That's when you fail. If I lost money on a property and I threw the towel in and quit, that's when I failed. But when I lost money on a property and I realized what I did wrong, and I put those certain steps and guidelines into our procedures so it never happens again, I win. That's a win for me. So that's how I look at failure, and that's kind of leading up to what you should expect in your first couple weeks, couple months, couple years of business. It's not easy. It ain't for everybody, but I promise you it's all worth it, guys. I promise you. We are where we are today. We're still learning. Don't get me wrong. When I created this YouTube channel for people like us that don't have all the answers, that are continuing to learn. And I want to say that about your small business owners. You will never have it all figured out. Every day you're going to learn something else. I don't care how long you and your family have been in the industry. Technology is always changing. Laws and regulations are always changing. You're always going to be learning to get bigger and better every single day. I learned more about real estate. I've learned more in the last probably 2 months than I did the previous 2 years, because things are always, changing, and clients and legalities and lending restrictions and, Tennessee law versus Kentucky law. There's so many things to learn, and I love it. I absolutely love it. And I hope that you find that same joy in learning about your craft, about your industry, about your service. Again, this is not just real estate. This is no matter what industry you're in. I hope that you guys, go out and kill it. Go out and just do the best you can. I do want to give you guys one resource before I leave. I'm gonna put the link in the description below. For anybody starting a business, for anybody who's in business, if you have not started yet, please read the book, The E-Myth by Michael Gerber. It's called The Entrepreneurial Myth, E-Myth, by Michael Gerber. And he talks about starting your business the right way, building it so that you can scale, so that you're not a slave to your business. If your business evolves around you on the day-to-day operations, you're not a business owner. You're self-employed. There's a big difference. If your business needs you to breathe and live and work, you're self-employed. You create another job. So we took the learnings and teachings from that book, The E-Myth, and from day one, we implemented those procedures, and we have a business. The business does not need us to work. We can travel, have a phone with us to check the internet occasionally, and the business works just fine. So please read The E-Myth. If you haven't already, read Rich Dad, Poor Dad, and also read, I know I'm throwing a lot at you right now, I think it's called The Cash Flow Quadrant. I think it's called The Cash Flow Quadrant by Rich Dad as well, Robert Kiyosaki. It'll change the way you think. But I'm gonna leave you guys with saying that it's all worth it. Every late night, every failure, every time a person mocks you or tries to blow you up on Facebook or whatever, I promise you it's all worth it. Go through the grind, the bumps and bruises, learn your lessons the hard way. But at the end of the day, you're building a legacy. You're building something for your family. I'm literally building a legacy to give to my kids. They're not gonna grow up and go into $250,000 of debt for college. They're gonna be groomed and handed a business that's already positive cash flow. And to me, that's the biggest gift I can give children. Our kids is a well-oiled money-making machine, so that they don't have to be like, to do what most of us do and go right to the workforce and hate our lives working a 9-to-5 job. So guys, I hope you got something out of this. Please don't get down. It's gonna suck, but the more that it sucks, the more proud you're gonna be when you come out on top. So as always, my name is Adam Johnson, the president of Johnson Property Investments and the creator of REI Simplified. Please like and subscribe, share with a buddy, shoot me a message. I'll read all comments. Until our next video, I look forward to talking to you guys later. It's been a pleasure.